How are you doing today? We're gonna begin in our child pose. Let's prepare for the practice first. Let's go ahead and bring our forehead on the floor or on the hands if it's more comfortable. And all you have to do is to take a deep breath in. And on exhalation, simply let go of the tension. Take a deep breath in and gently push your fingertips off the mat and draw your elbows closer to the ground. Keep your eyes closed or open, it doesn't really matter. And then come on up and rise up a little bit more round, that spine still stay nice and low, relax. And then on exhalation, bring your hips back on the ground and send the elbows down towards the floor. Send your forehead on your mat as well. And then slowly walk with me towards the right side of your mat. Cover your right hand with the left and feel a little bit deeper stretch on the left side. Go ahead and walk all the way towards the left this time and feel that deeper stretch on your right side, right arm, right shoulder, the right side of the back. Come on up slowly back to the center. Put your hands shoulders width apart, open up your knees, keep your toes together and express all the way up and open, and then cat. Try to express and spread the ribs all the way through. And then slowly, gently round the spine, relax your neck. Let's go ahead and do it a couple more times. And on exhalation, back down. And let's do one more. Go ahead and dive back into the child pose. This time your knees wider. And stretch a little bit more. Stretch a little bit more. Take your left arm in the center of your mat. And then take your right arm up and over. If up and over is a little bit too much, you can keep it simply on that side. If that feels good, go ahead and wrap it behind your back. Just wrap it behind your back. Open up a little bit more on a rib cage. And let's slowly return back to the center and simply switch the sides. First, put your right arm on the floor, put the hand on top of the arm. Then once you feel comfortable, open up all the way towards the ceiling or wrap that hand behind if it feels good. Come on back to the center and take your right hand crew all the way in the middle. Go ahead and reach up towards the ceiling. And then the same thing what we did on the floor. If it feels good, go ahead and take this hand behind the back or even towards the inner thigh if you can reach, of course. Take your time to undo this, and then we're gonna take left and open it towards the right. Big beautiful opening first, and then go ahead and take it behind the back and maybe even wrap into the inner thigh if you can do so. Come back in the center and take your both hands and bind them. Take the hands behind, open up, express through the chest, through the rib cage, relax your head and neck. And then come on back down forward. If you feel that you're not in a good condition, you can come up with me and put a little bit more weight on top on your head. Just make sure that your neck is feeling good if you're doing that. Arms up. Keep your buoyant. Come on back up and take your hands all the way to the waistline. All the way to the waistline. Shoulders down, chest up. If it feels that you need to really come out with that buoyant, please do so. You don't have to really have it. You can just take your hands behind. Let's go ahead and take the hands, and we take them reverse position. Maybe not all the way, maybe that's going to be a little bit less shallow. It's a tabletop, right? Maybe you go just a halfway through, or we're going to work on our wrist. So open it up. Make sure your wrist underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. It's intense for the wrist stretches and elbows and shoulders, so just listen to your body, see where you need to readjust a little bit. Continue to practice your cat and cow. Express, and then take it back. Express, and then take it back all the way. Open up the rib cage. Go ahead and stop right in the center. Do this position. It's intense. And stretch one arm at a time. Just like this. And then go ahead and do other side. Just like this. Come on back to the center and rock your hips to the left and then to the right and then again to the left when you're ready. So this is a little motion in the back. So try to sit your hips on the floor. We're gonna do a few more. There is no particular count how many you need to do. Just move with your breath. And let's do one more on each side. You're gonna feel it in your back, in your shoulders even, and in your hips. And one more, guys. Come on back to the center. Tuck your toes and extend to the first downward facing dog. We're just gonna flow between tabletop and the downward facing dog for a few flows. Touch the knees on the floor, open up. And then go ahead and expand back to the downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, body weight away from the shoulders and hands. Go ahead back on the ground, open it up. And again, you can lift your heels if you have to. Go ahead and do it one more time with me. And then after one more downward facing dog, we're gonna stay on our knees. Hips back. Come on down and raise your right leg. With the right leg, we're gonna go for the gentle hip circles first. Just the gentle hip circles. And once you finish a few, go ahead and raise that leg, push down. All the way, tricep push up. Come on up, knee, chin, chest, or belly. Push down, tricep, I know. Come on down. Knee, chin, chest, or belly. Try to hug your rib cage with your elbows. One more, guys, one more. Knee, chin, chest, or belly. And relax in your child pose for the few breaths. Just a few breaths here. Reconnect with your body. And come on back up. Go ahead and rise your left leg and give it a few hip circles. Just a few quality hip circles. And once you're done with a few of those, prepare for the push-ups. We're gonna do 3 of them on this side as well. Knee, chin, chest, or belly, don't hurry up. Push down. Come on up, you've got this. One more crew, one more. Knee, chin, chest, or belly. And rest into the child pose. Rest into the child pose for a few breaths. We're returning back on our kneeling position. And we're ready for the next flow. We're gonna go for the downward facing dog, upward facing dog, or cobra. Before that, let's move our knees a little bit. Just a few extra movements, right and left. Just make sure it feels good on your legs, on your back. And remember, you don't have to do the full transition. You can definitely do it through the tabletop. Come on up with me. Your up dog is optional. It can be the cobra when the hands closer to the front. It can be on your elbows if you have to. Come on up. All the way, stretch. Come on back down. Up dog, cobra, or sphinx. Try to express each and every movement. There is no need to hurry up, especially after that strong first class we did. Our body needs to slow down and have a good stretch. All right, one more. Back to the downward facing dog. Back to the downward facing dog. Go ahead and bend your right knee for me. And shift the body weight towards the back, away from the shoulders. See if you can reach to your right foot or right ankle. If not, don't really worry about it. Stay on all four. Let's switch the direction and we bend the left knee. First, we shift the body weight away from the shoulders. We make sure that it's nice and light in the shoulders and wrist, and then we reach to the left foot or ankle. Go ahead and send your knees back on the floor, and rise your right leg, guys. And rise your left arm. Give it a good long stretch. Feel good stretch all the way through. Like you're trying to reach to different sides of the room. And then go ahead and put your elbows on the ground. Elbows on the ground. Leg lifted if you can. Go ahead and press your forehead into the floor. Breathe in and out. Come on up slowly. And take your left hand slightly on the angle. Take your left foot slightly on the angle. Support yourself on the floor or open up. We're getting ready for the partridge pose. Reach, 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 reach. And see if you want to bind. It's totally optional. If you have a great balance, that's amazing. All right, we're holding it. We're holding it, we're holding it, we're breathing, we're opening, slowly let go, and take your toe on the floor. Open it up and stretch even deeper. Open it up and stretch even deeper. Try to keep the arm over the head. Come on back down. And switch the direction. We're lifting up, left leg, right arm first. We're lengthening and stretching as far as we can. So breathe, and then slowly when you're ready, put your elbows on the floor. See if you can keep your leg lifted and press your forehead on the ground. A lot on upper body. Take your time to rise up. And just move your arms and legs on the little angles, so it's more stable for you to hold. You can keep your both hands on the ground, obviously. You can start open and balance out. Try not to stress and make sure that you're breathing. And once you catch up on a good balance, go ahead and bind. And we're gonna hold for a few extra breaths. Relax your toes, your ankles. Make sure you're breathing all the time. Go ahead and let go and tap the floor, guys. Try to open that left arm all the way over the head. All the way over the head. That's it. Come back to the center. When we're coming back to the downward facing dog again, to decompress our knees. Decompress our knees. Relax shoulder blades apart. Rise up on a both tippy toes. Send them back. Rise up on a both tippy toes. And send them back. Do it one more time. Make your body feel good. And then go ahead and rise your right leg. Bend your right knee, open up, look underneath. Push the hips back. And draw your knee towards the nose, tiger curl towards the nose. Take it back up all the way. This time leg straight, look underneath the right. Knee towards the left elbow. Take it back up. Knee towards the right elbow. Take it back up. Now go ahead and step this right behind the left and open up to the side plank all the way through. Nice, long and extended side plank. Come back to the center and we're ready for Chaturanga Dandasana your way or just a simple tabletop. I will meet everyone in the downward facing dog. I will meet everyone in the downward facing dog. Take your time. Go ahead and raise your left. Open it up. Look underneath, bend your knee first. Give it a more opening and then draw the knee towards the nose. Curl your spine a little bit. Take the leg back up nice and straight. Look underneath the left. Draw the left knee towards the right elbow. Take it back up. Stay strong. Knee towards the left outside. Take it back up. Step behind your right. Find a good place for the both feet. Open up to the side plank. Excellent. Hold it for the breath or two. Prepare for Chaturanga or no push-up at all. Your choice, guys. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and step to the center of your mat with me. With the feet hips width apart. Look halfway through. Activate your back. If you need to keep your hands on your shins or on the blocks, please do so. Go ahead and fold forward. All the way, fold forward. Relax your head and neck. Walk with me towards the right side. And then walk with me towards the left side. Just a little sway. My beginners, feel free to bend your knees and practice the ragdoll right here. Or go ahead and hug your ankles and continue to fold forward. Relax your head and neck in both variations. Come on up halfway through. Hands right here up front. Come on up on the tippy toes. And then come on down and rock on your heels. A little bit further. Come on up and tippy toes. Come on down and on the heels, guys, on the heels. Go ahead and come up to the both feet on the ground. Take your hands next to the groin area and push against your open legs. Just give that spine a good, feel good stretch. Feel good stretch, feel good stretch. Excellent. Come on down and fold forward back this time. Take your hands underneath the feet for those who practice in Padahastasana, or practice the ragdoll when you bind your elbows and bend your knees. Your choice. Relax the head and neck. Look halfway through. Take your hands from out of chair pose, Utkatasana, feet hips width apart. Let's begin with the hands up front of the heart. If you feel it's really good, doable for you, then arms next to the ears. That's good. Try to lift the chest. Your chair doesn't have to be low. Go ahead and sweep up. Hips forward, chest up. And gentle forward fold back. Go ahead and take your right behind the left. Your feet might not be as far apart, but try to set them on the same level. Fold forward. I know. Fold forward, guys. Fold forward. It's a sensitive stretch for Achilles and for the hamstrings and for the back. Go ahead and rise up a little bit and come on up on the tippy toes. Bend your knees and squat. Be on the toes, otherwise it's hard to squat. And just give it a little push back with your hips. Come on back. And all we have to do is to switch the position of the feet to the other side. So again, it might not be as far from each other. Try to set them on the same level. Fold forward for a few times. Just kind of stay dynamic in that flow, forward fold, like up and down. See where you need to apply a little bit more tension, a little bit less. Try to maintain soft knees. And then go ahead, raise up on the tippy toes and squat on this side as well. Just send your hips a little bit more backwards. That's good. And all the way back up. Hands on the ground. Step to your plank, and from your plank cruise, step to your slide step to your dolphin position, to your forearm plank. Forearm plank can be very challenging for some students. To make it easier, you can always bind. Right here, it's going to give you a little bit more stability. It's a plank, guys, not a dolphin yet. Go ahead and take your hips on the floor. This is your Sphinx. We're going to flow in between the Sphinx and the dolphin plank position. Come on up, hips up. Power up. All the way, building the strength in a plank. Go back down to your Sphinx. Open up, express. Back to the plank. Come on down and express in the Sphinx. And go down to your plank, and then through your plank, step to your dolphin position. Very similar alignments to your downward facing dog, but we are on the forearms, of course. Breathe. Lift your heels if you have to. Stay with me. Go ahead and slowly step back to your dolphin plank, then your Sphinx, and bring your both arms next to the body. Basic Shalabhasana, palms on the floor, chest up and lifted. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and you don't have to lift your feet off the ground. Simply an option. Let's take both hands underneath the forehead and rest. Just rest. Give it a few extra breaths, and then we're going to practice a few variations of the Shalabhasana together. Hands on the floor. So you can do exactly the same what you did, or you can bind with your hands and come on up Legs is your option. Legs is your option. Excellent. Shoulders away from the ears. Active knees. Breathe. Come on back down and put your hands underneath the forehead and rest. We're gonna go and put the elbow, right elbow, underneath the right shoulder, right here. Stretch first. Make sure it feels comfortable, then see if you can reach behind. If that's going pretty well, you know what to do. Go ahead and catch up on the ankle. You don't have to lift the knee off the ground. Go ahead and do it if you following me. Please open up the chest. And for my intermediate and advanced practice, go ahead and slide it in inside. And again, for intermediate and advanced practice, this is just an option. Excellent work, everyone. Let's rest all together. Hands underneath the forehead. All right, left elbow underneath the left shoulder. Let's stretch first. Give it a good stretch. Push against the floor. Then reach to the back without blocking the shoulders. If that's going pretty good, it's time to grab the ankle. Maybe take the knee off the ground. Open it up. And for my intermediate and advanced, go ahead and sneak it under. Coming up. Lift. Reach, expand. Please don't go there if you have a back injuries or you're just not ready. It's an option, it's little progression. Come on back down. This time we're gonna stretch in the major cobra flow. Come on up. Rise up, shoulders up and down. Just feel your body through and through. Make it yours. You don't have to follow exactly my movements at all. Go ahead and start to move one arm at a time. If you wish to go deeper and look underneath, if you want to have your own pattern, single, single, double, you can do that. Just make sure it feels comfortable, it feels right. Be alert what's happening in the shoulders. All right, we're gonna practice a little bow, not for long, for a little bit, and then we're gonna stretch the back in this scorpion toe touches. Gonna floss the back a little bit after this one. Listen, the bow is challenging. If you need to come out earlier, please come out earlier. Little hint is move your inner thighs up towards the ceiling. The inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Breathe, guys. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come on down slowly, slowly. And take your arms on the side. Put one shoulder on the floor every time you roll and just stop behind. If you can tap close next to your hand, that's amazing. But if not, you don't even have to reach the floor if you can't. Make sure you prop yourself really good every single time with the shoulder. Give it a few extra movements. Right and left, left and right. We continue to move. We're not binding yet. We just continue to move. Just makes that back feel good. And once you reach on the next side, doesn't matter really which one, because we're gonna do both. See if you can catch up on the arm underneath. Catch up and bind. If not, just hold it for a little bit longer, just the same way you did it without bind. And let's switch the direction. Move it nice and slow. If you're ready for the bind, catch up. If not, just continue to hold it exactly the way you did. Try to let go of the tension. Don't hold it and clench the teeth. Just let go of the tension. Come on back, guys. Come on back to the floor. Go ahead and prop your hands. Frame your rib cage. Hug your rib cage with your elbows for the up dog. On your transitions, just a little reminder, I know you guys all know it, prop your spine with your abs. Bring the stomach solidly in, almost like suck it in and prop it and go up. This is the best way, the healthiest way to do those transitions, especially when we go quicker. Take the right leg up. Step forward to the low lunge. Front knee above the front ankle. If you didn't reach this position, push your front foot farther. You need to step wide. Your legs and feet must take almost the entire space of the mat. Arms up. We're gonna go for the few rotations to the front. And then few rotations to the back. That's it. Awesome. Then go ahead and take your hands up front like you do up front here. We're gonna go for the reverse prayer position at the back. If you can do reverse prayer position, just bring your hands any way you can behind your back. Hands namaste in between your shoulder blades. If it's pretty high between the shoulder blades, push your fingers into the back. Open up the chest. Now notice what's happening in your hips. Don't count them. Go ahead and undo it. Now, my beginners, you guys gonna go for the next one with your hands on the floor. For my intermediate and advanced, we're gonna raise the calves and bring the hands up. Little by little. Little by little. I know. Come on down. And take your left hand on the floor, open up to the side straight. And then slowly dive towards your basic lizard. That can be hands on the ground, elbows on the floor, forehead on your hands, or on the ground. If you're using your blocks, that's great too. Take your time. Reconnect with yourself. We find the strengths within. As always, we already have everything we need. We just have to know how to reach for that inner power. Come on up. Frame your front foot. See if you can join me for transitions. My beginners, you don't have to meet me in the downward facing dog. Meet us in the downward facing dog. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Relax your head and neck. Push the body weight away from the hands. Bring the stomach in towards your spine. Close your eyes and let the tension go. Like you're all fours, not on the floor, but you like levitating. 1,000 of giant helium balloons, helping your body to feel light. Go ahead and rise your left. Try to make a big step, and the best way is to come up on a tippy toes a little bit on the other leg. That's going to help you to do a big step, right? Release your toes, front knee, front ankle. Make sure you're not crisscrossing the knees. Big sweep. Big, beautiful sweep. And then reverse We need to give some space to the shoulders. In order to do that, prayer position behind the back. Again, it's an option. It's a total and absolute option. Press your palms together. Close your eyes. Take your time. All right. Slide it out. Reach arms up. If you need to have your hands on the floor, remember how we did another leg in the calf raise. Make sure you put your hands back on the ground. Little back bend here, little back bend here. You got this. Ooh, feels good, challenging and good. Come on back. Take your hand, right hand on the floor. Open up, rotation. Little side twist and a lunge. And then dive in to the basic lizard, or go a little bit deeper on the floor if you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. We came here to practice. And no comparison, no judgment. Of course, not judging ourselves as well. And we're not comparing our practice to other people's practice. There is always going to be someone different, better, something bigger, different. But we must appreciate what we have. Come on up, guys. Frame your front foot. Try to step back for your transition. Push down, chaturanga. Drop the back with the stomach, remember? And come on back. Take your right leg up, open up, look underneath the right. Create a big step for the runner lunge. If you're not practicing runner lunge yet, come for your low lunge again. Come for your low lunge again. Make sure you're not folding the knee inside, arms up. And calf raises. Breathe, guys. Try not to fold the knee inside. I know. Put your both hands on the floor and bring your foot 1/4 closer. Put your back foot on the ground, and most likely for everyone right now, you're gonna feel your hips more on the right. So move them in the center, from the right to the center, and then fold forward. Do your best not to bend your front knee. I know it's very challenging, and this is your quadricep and your hamstrings. I would love you to use the blocks if you have those, or then just keep it on the fingertips or rise up higher. This is the fold from the hip flexor crew. Like you do your seated forward fold, the same principle. No more, no less. Your belly going down towards the front quadricep. You got this. Go ahead and bend your left knee, but keep your foot fully on the floor as much as you can. That's it. Now remember, your hips are gonna move back towards the right. Move them back to the center, square. And now lift the toes on the front, squat a little bit lower. You're gonna feel a lot of Achilles. My intermediate and advanced. Go ahead and balance it out with me. Beginners, keep your hands on the floor. Don't squat too low, Come on back up. Transfer the body weight towards the front leg. Feel free to hold your hands on the ground or join me for the warrior 3. Hands up here. You can take them for little airplane arms or arms to the front. Prepare for your Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. Use your blocks. Team, use your blocks. Intermediate and advanced, go ahead and proceed with your buy-ins. Beginners, you can have both hands on the ground. Both hands on the ground is totally fine. We will come to the place which we came from. Step, frame, carry over, or tabletop. Ashtanga Vinyasa transitions pretty challenging if you're not practicing them all the time. So feel free to do just the tabletops in between. And remember, rest in your child pose when you have to. All right, let's finish this strong flow from other side. Go ahead and rise up, left leg. Remember, come up on the tippy toes a little bit for the big step. Step. Come on up. Rise the chest. Make sure your chest above the hips, arms up. Practice the low lunge if you have to. Do not fold the left knee inward. That's good. Rise the calf if you can. Rise the calf if you can. Stay with me. Few breaths. Plant your hands back. Plant your foot and move it 1/4 closer. From the left to the center, your hips. From the left, swing them from the left to the center. Start to fold forward. It's very challenging, very demanding to keep the front knee soft and straight. Shift the body weight a little bit more towards the back leg and continue to fold forward. Go ahead and start to squat on the right. Keep the foot on the floor. I know. Once you feel there is no more room for that squat, the foot is on the floor, and if you do a little bit more, your heel gets off the ground. It's time for you to lift the toes and squat tiny little bit more. Excellent. Big stretch, front knee soft and straight. Prepare for the warrior 3 or any type of the balance you can do. Hands floor, hands hard, hands on the side, arms on the side, or bind and balance. Ankle on a level with the hands if you practice in the full variation. Hand on the floor. Open it up. Bind if you're ready. You got this, you got this, you got this. Come on down. Forward transition from where you came. Chaturanga if you can. Up dog. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. No comparison, no judgment. Just do what you can and then you will get stronger. Go ahead and send your knees on the floor. Try, guys, to come a little bit more, I would say, towards the front, because if you will decide to go to your reclining position for the hero pose, you would need to have some space. If you're not sitting on the floor, do not sit on your feet. Sit on the blocks. On the blocks, we need to sit on some elevations. Go ahead and take the hand on the side. And another one on the side as well. Let's take it a little bit farther. And a little bit farther. Come back to the center and lean forward. You might not be as low. Try to keep your sit bones on the ground. And then I will give you some variations. If you absolutely have to come out of this asana, come out, come back. If you still handling it really well. Go ahead on your elbows, guys. On your elbows. It's challenging. It's definitely not a beginner variation. If you're sitting on a block, you don't have to go down at all. And if it feels comfy, go ahead and lay down. I would say the word requirement, of course there is no requirements, but I've been practicing 25 years, right? So a lot of students came through my classes, and I will tell you that do not go down until you're sitting down on the floor, until it's comfortable, and don't strain your knees. If you feel that there is a pain, literally pain in your knees, do not go there. Just wait until your body is ready. This is a very sensitive asana. Come on up slowly. And we have to come out of it. One way or other, make your transitions. One way or other, and faster is better, because it's gonna be tough to go slow. We're gonna go for the boat. I'm gonna give you some variations, guys. So this is a beginner one, or this is a boat too. Your abs working here as well. Doesn't have to be both legs extended. I would love you to extend your legs. Breathe, scoop the stomach in. Today we're gonna flow in between reverse tabletop and the boats. You can do your boats with the one leg on the floor or knees bent. Come on up, express. Push both hands flat. Come on down. And boat your way. At the end of the day, everyone has the free will to practice the way they want. But the one thing I know, make sure that you make more, do more than you did yesterday, and listen to your body, guys. Never underdo. Overdoing is not a good thing, but push a little bit harder than you normally do, than you did yesterday. That's a good thing for progress. Come on up. My beginners, put your feet first on the floor before do the transition to the low boat Navasana. Stay with me, guys. Come on back up. Beginners, tabletop, reverse tabletop, intermediate and advanced, upward plank. Breathe, 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 breathe. Come on down slowly. All the way on the ground. And prepare for Halasana or plow pose. You can keep your feet up over the ceiling, bless you. Or you can take it all the way back. Check your neck on the pressure from your own body. Make sure there is no pressure on the neck. All the body weight stays in between the shoulder blades. Neck is free. We're going to come out slowly to the seated forward fold. So just come up, pull the glutes out, and fold forward. Forward fold doesn't have to be all the way nice and low, but I want you to lift the heart and fold through the hip flexor. Imagine the hip flexor is a hinge of the door or a hinge of the box with the lid, right? So you go through that hinge and fold. We'll go ahead and raise the right leg. We're gonna do a couple more side stretches, half spinal twist to finalize this practice. Lift the leg soft and straight. If your back is doing this, bend your knee like this. Go ahead and take your knee towards the back wall. exactly towards the back wall, not to the side, not baby cradle, towards the back wall. If you can bind, it's great. If not, it's not a big deal. That's good. And take this foot all the way across. First, just stop across. If you can't do that, then put it next to the leg. Make sure your body is leveled and go ahead for the side spinal twist, half spinal twist. Now go ahead and tuck your left under. And if you can go for the full Gomukhasana, that's beautiful. If not, just keep that foot outside. Make sure this right foot is not hanging in the air. If your right leg on top, you're gonna take your left arm and bind behind. Express through the shoulders. Try to draw the elbows backwards a little bit rather than fall to the front. And then slowly undo the legs and arms, of course. You can bend the knee like this before you go for the full extension. Check your spine position. Most of you can see yourself in a side mirror. Go ahead and bend your knee. Bind if you have a bind, which is going to give that hip flexor a little bit more room. And then go ahead and step across. Open up. Close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Reconnecting back to the body. And then when you're ready, tuck your right under. And see, you can hold it like this. If this is too much, you can carry over this leg, or you can move deeper, move your ankles farther away from the base for the full Gomukhasana. If you're left on top, right above. And if you decide to change the direction of your arms, that's not a big deal too. Just more comfortable this way. Shoulders down, chest up and open. Let's go ahead and undo the arms and legs. Go ahead and extend your legs. Give your body another simple forward fold, and then dive down towards the floor. Take your one leg up, gently press on top, stretch it, and like you do single legged happy baby pose. Then let it go. Go ahead and do the same towards the other side. Like you do single legged happy baby pose. Then add your second leg. Press right on top. Put your both feet together and press on top on your feet. Like you do bound angle, but your feet off the ground. And then we're gonna put this bound angle into the floor, bind with our elbows. Put the arms behind the head if it's comfortable. Close your eyes. No stress, no judgment, no comparison. Let's slowly extend our legs to the comfortable position. Extend your arms all the way behind your head. Stretch your body from the fingertips to the tippy toes like you just woke up after the beautiful, nurturing night of sleep. Rested, recovered, full of energy, ready to conquer the world. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and expand the belly. Expand it, and on exhalation, let go of all the frustration, anxiety, discontent, dislikes, envy, impatience. We all human beings. Inflate your belly. On exhalation, let all the tension leave your body. Expel it through the pores of your skin. Let's slowly start to make our way to the seated position. Keep your eyes closed for that precious last minute connection with ourselves. Put your both hands up front of your heart. And as always, let's finalize our practice with internal personal gratitude, silent gratitude for everything we have. Look inside your heart, find a lot of love, passion, and ability to contribute to other people's lives. Look inside your heart and smile with your heart, share it with others, and flow through the rest of this week with unshakable love and peace inside. Namaste. Great work, everybody. Oh, that was good. That was super strong, especially for those who did 2 classes with us today. Very good job, guys, for you too.